Hey angels, it is Marita Joyce. I am back with another video, and today I got another one for you guys. This is herb spice and everything nice, and I want to talk to you guys about maca. This is maca. Yes, let me show you guys this wonderful. Now this maca is actually a root, and this has been grinding. Oh, I don't want to get a wolf of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it does up in the brain, so I got to be careful with that. But yeah, there it is. It's powdery looking. I don't know if you guys saw my other video that I did on turmeric, but it looks similar to turmeric when it's ground. This one, it has a little bit of balls in it. Let me. I've had this for a while, so that could be why it's clumping up a little bit on us. Because usually it's a pretty smooth powder. I'm gonna try not to waste any. Can you guys see that? Yeah. So that's what it looks like. And this one is a root. Maca is a root. A root. A root. It's a root. I'm country, y'all. So I apologize. My pronunciation of words might not be up to par. But yeah, it's a root and it is potent. Let me just say that. It's potent, okay? I like it. I started taking it right away. I noticed that I felt very energized. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Extremely energized. I felt very energized. At first, I was like, okay, I was like, wow, maybe I had a little too much caffeine today. Like that's what I was thinking. Because generally, I'm a very calm and mellow person, but if I get a little bit of caffeine in my system, I become very animated. I'm on that level. I'm next level with some green tea. Okay, so I figured I had maybe had a little bit too much green tea, a little bit too much caffeine, and then I started to monitor how much green tea I was drinking. And I noticed that as I lowered my green tea, I was still on that level, like, you know. And so I figured out that it was, I think, the maca, what was giving me the energy. And I really love this stuff. I started taking it because of the supposed benefits of it. For me, I was on a fertility journey and I started thinking, this might be something for me to add to my repertoire, to my regimen. And I decided to do that. I don't know if it works. Again, I have not had a baby, so I've not been trying either. I mean, I'm prepping for a baby. I'm preparing, I'm trying to conceive, but I have not actually conceived. So I can't say anything about this except I like it and I feel that it gives me lots of energy. So that's maca. And this one I have, as I'm experimenting and trying all of the things, I will learn about something and start using it, see if I like the way it makes me feel, see if I see any difference. If I don't, I usually get rid of it. If I do, I hold on to it and then I will create my own recipes from it. So from this one, I made a shake, y'all. And when I tell you it is so good, it is good. It is what I call a peanut butter and jelly sandwich shake. And that's exactly what it tastes like. And I put this in there and it's fabulous. And it is one of my favorite shakes. And I drink that in the mornings. Oftentimes, I'll have my breakfast and then I will drink that peanut butter and jelly shake. And it's fabulous. Maca has sort of a nutty undertone to it. It's subtle, but you can definitely tell that it has a nutty sort of flavor. And it goes great with nut butters. I use it with peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter, even sunflower butter. I've used this with. My two favorites are peanut butter and cashew butter. Sometimes I'll use it with almond butter as well in my shakes. So I put the almond butter in there and I'll use whatever nut milk that I'm using. I don't use regular milk. Um, but I do use nut milks. And so I'll either use a almond milk, a cashew milk, a almond cashew blend. Sometimes I have used oat milk. I stopped drinking oat milk, but I have used oat milk in the past for it as well. And then I used to drink soy milk, which I also stopped drinking. And so now I make my own nut milks. Before I was just purchasing it from the store. But again, I'm trying to move to more and more natural food choices. And so I'm trying to either be able to source whatever I'm consuming either from a farmer or make it myself at home. Same thing goes for bread. Sometimes I will go to the bakery and get bread, but I try not to buy bread that is just sitting on the shelves because I don't want to consume all of the things that cause it to be able to sit on the shelf and still look pretty. So again, I did that with the maca and just all the other things. I'm just trying to make sure, again, that I'm getting food in its most natural form. Now, this is a root, so it comes in root form, but in order to keep it for longer periods, to me, it was better for me to have it in the powdered form. So that's what I have here. And I am more than satisfied with it. Again, I in my one of my other videos, I talked about spirulina, and I told you guys that I purchased it in a jar that was about this big and about this wide. Well, this maca was purchased from the same company in the same size jar. So as you can see, again, I've used quite a bit of it because it was something that I used all the time. This is probably the herb that I use the most. This root is the one I use the most. Probably, yeah, coming first, and then the turmeric coming second in terms of like the spices or whatever that I use the most, because of the fact that I use these in smoothies, and smoothies are something that I eat very often. I like to meal prep, and so a lot of times I will freeze fruit. I'll buy it fresh. I'll eat, as much of it as I can, and then I will freeze the rest of it, and I will just take that frozen fruit each day and add it to my shake. And this is how I get my 45 servings a day fruit. And sometimes I really prefer to eat my vegetables fresh, but every now and then I will make, I'll use frozen vegetables, but mostly fruit. And then I'm using it in shakes. So that in turn causes me to use this root and spirulina very often because the shakes I consume often. So not every single day, but there are times where I'll go through a period where I'm on a, whatever. I'm on some kind of, oh, I need to do this, or I need to do this sort of cleanse, or maybe I'm trying to increase my protein intake. So if I want to increase my protein intake, but I don't want to eat a lot of meat, a lot of times I will make these protein rich shakes. And a lot of the protein and the good fats I'm getting from the nut butters and things like that. A lot of times I'm trying to add more. I'm trying to make my food more mineral dense, if that makes any sense. Some things are more mineral dense, and so the nuts are a good way to go with that. And then this is a good add-on for me for those. And so I will add this to the shakes. And I'm really I'm happy with it. I can say that it's done me good, y'all. I'm a lot older than I look, let me tell you. And it hasn't failed me yet. So I feel great. I think I look great. Maybe I should let you guys be the judge of that, but I think I look great. I feel great. Um, and yeah, that's really all that I need for me personally to feel good about what I'm doing and to continue doing is to look and feel great. When I go to the doctor, they give me a good bill of health, and I just continue to do what I'm doing. Okay. I don't try to, don't try to fix something if it's not broken, sort of thing. But yeah, that is it for maca. You guys can go and research and find out all the goodies. I didn't go into all of the what what it's supposedly supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. I just told you guys, hey, this is what I use it for. This is how I use it. And this is how I feel. Okay. So you guys could, do your own deal. But for me personally, this is my buddy. Like, I like this. I will use it. There was a period of time where I was consuming a lot of teas. I've talked about it in one of my other videos, and I wanted to pull back on that again, preparing my body for pregnancy and conceiving. I wanted to pull back on how much caffeine I was consuming. And so but I did not want to pull back on the energy. I didn't want to lose my edge. Okay. So I had to figure out, like, how can I continue to keep this edge naturally? And I knew I had once already tried to eliminate caffeine cold turkey. It was miserable. And I knew that it was going to be a struggle to do that because I'd been drinking tea and coffee and all the things for many, many years. And I was able to successfully do it. And I do honestly believe that it had a lot to do with me being able to use the maca, because it kept me still having to feel energized and to still feel good during that period of eliminating caffeine. So I just recently had a cup of green tea. Instead of consuming an entire cup, I just took a few sips of it because I don't want to go back into that level where I'm needing it consistently. So I don't want to do that. I have not conceived yet. Once I have conceived and had a baby, then of course I'll probably end up going back to my regular green tea regimen. I love green tea. I don't want to give it up for anything. Of course, I'd give it up for my health, and I'd give it up for the health of my child. But there is a certain amount of tea that you can drink. You can have a certain amount of caffeine while pregnant, but I just decided that it was not something that I wanted to do because I do want to breastfeed and all of the things. And I just thought, oh, maybe it's better if I just cut back on it. I have been, consuming caffeine for many years. And, I mean, why not give my body a break? It's okay to take a break from something every now and then and give yourself a chance to recuperate. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me do that. I can pull back on this. It wasn't easy. It was not easy, y'all. It was miserable. Like, I'm being nice. It was miserable. But I did it, and I'm very proud of myself. And so I'm going to try to maintain that. I did have a few swigs of green tea this morning. Every now and then, on Saturday or Sunday, I'll have a few sips of green tea. I do still consume chocolate, dark chocolate. And speaking of dark chocolate, that is probably going to be one of my future videos where I talk about dark chocolate and my love for dark chocolate. Yeah, so this video is getting a bit long, but that is it. This is maca. And yeah, one of my loves. So I may show you guys the shake in one of my videos. You'll see me making it, and you'll see me use the maca. That is definitely going to be the peanut butter and jelly shake. It is delicious. So anyway, I will see you guys on the next video. My name is Marita Joyce. I am a birth and postpartum doula. I love all things natural, all things babies and mamas. If you are curious about what my doula services are like, I tell everyone, expect an angel. That is all. If you want to contact me about my services, see my email in the description box. I will see you guys on the next video. Stay safe and stay dry. Bye.